Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam, pangum langate girim, yat krupatam ham vande, Shri Gurum Dinatarine. Hare Krishna. So today we'll see verse number 27. Krishna is explaining to Arjuna about the knowledge, or what we say, the powers of the Supreme Lord, and how he is also explaining how he is beyond the three modes. And also yesterday's verse we saw how his qualities of knowing the past, present and future does not affect his behavior when he is with his devotees, and because of which it is very difficult for people to really understand him. And also now in today's verse, Krishna will tell why people cannot understand him. Previously, Krishna has told that because of the three modes, people fall under illusion. So today's verse, Krishna is giving more details about our illusion or delusion. So let's see the verse. Ichha dvesha samuthena
इच्छा द्वेष समुत्थेन
द्वन्द्व मोहेन भारत
द्वन्द्व मोहेन भारत
सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहम्
सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहम्
सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप
सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप
इच्छा द्वेष समुत्थेन
इच्छा द्वेष समुत्थेन
द्वन्द्व मोहेन भारत
द्वन्द्व मोहेन भारत
सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहम् सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप.
सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप.
Please chant.
इच्छा द्वेष समुत्थेन द्वन्द्व मोहेन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहम् सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप.
इच्छा द्वेष समुत्थेन द्वन्द्व मोहेन भारतः सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहं सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप.
Okay, thank you very much. So translation and purport. Ocean of Bharata, O conqueror of foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arising from desire and hate. Purport. The real constitutional position of living entity is that of subordination to Supreme Lord, who is pure knowledge. When one is deluded into separation from this pure knowledge, he becomes controlled by illusionary energy and cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The illusionary energy is manifested in the duality of desire and hate. Due to desire and hate, the ignorant persons want to become one with Supreme Lord and envies Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pure devotees who are not deluded or contaminated by desire and hate can understand that Lord Sri Krishna appears by his internal potencies. But those who are deluded by duality and nescience think that the Supreme Personality of God is created by material energy. This is their misfortune. Such deluded persons symptomatically dwell in the dualities of dishonor and honor, misery and happiness, woman and man, good and bad, pleasure and pain, etc., thinking that this is my life, this is my house, I am the master of this house, I am the husband of this wife. These are dualities of delusion. Those who are so deluded by dualities are completely foolish and therefore cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the next step. Krishna is telling why people cannot understand him, or why people are illusion. about the reality. So Krishna gave example of different types of people. Um, some surrender to him, some does surrender to Devta, some surrender to the, some don't believe in that the Supreme Lord is a form, has a form. So they surrender to the formless Brahman. Uh, and some they don't believe in God also. Those people are also there. So Krishna is telling, because their intelligence is lost, they cannot understand me. And here Krishna is giving a very clear indication. So the word Sarge Yanti Param Tapa. Sarge means in the beginning. So so it's like our beginning is our birth, right? So when we are born, at that time only we have these likes and dislikes. So it's not that it is developed over the time. No, because the soul has come with the subtle body, including the mind, intelligence, and ego. So it has the impressions of the previous life, and along with that comes this on likes and dislikes. Ichha dvesha. Ichha is desire, dvesha is hatred. So liking and disliking, desiring or hating. And if we generally observe our behavior throughout the day, we are mostly caught up in these two things: what I want, what I don't want. And most of our time goes into these things without noticing it actually. But if we can notice that, okay, I'm falling into this desiring and hating, then actually we can change our consciousness. Uh, but we are so much caught up with our daily life and our daily routine that we don't have time to notice what exactly we are doing and how we are taking the actions. And it's not only for us, but from the childhood we can see the small children, the kids, small kids, they also have this: I like this, I don't like this. Small kids, even if they are of 1 year or 1.5 year or 2 years, we can observe that they like some things, they don't like some things while eating or while talking. They like some people, they don't like some people. Generally, what we observe in kids while they are eating, sometimes they like sweet, sometimes they don't like sweet. Some kids like sweet. So there is different propensities, what they like, what they don't like. So we can see that these kids, if they are 1 year old, they have not seen the world, but still why they hate something or why they like something, right? So because all these things have come to us from the we are born with it. Krishna is saying Sarge Yanti. So we are born with all these impressions. And we continue those impressions throughout our life. If we don't come across, say, Bhagavad Gita or some devotees, it's very difficult to understand also that we are not doing anything new every day. We are just following the pattern, what I like, what I don't like, and our whole life goes into that. But actually, like anybody can do this. Like the animals are doing the same thing, insects are doing the same things. But the difference that a human being has is intelligence and consciousness. So we can be conscious of our behavior, we can be conscious of our actions, and from that consciousness, using our intelligence, we can change our actions if we properly choose. Mm. And if we are just caught up in all these things, we cannot think of the higher consciousness. So if we are just caught up in these material things, what I want, what I don't want, mine or myself or some, all these things, then we don't get time to think of God also. So okay, we do, if we are used to do some puja or some chanting every day, so many times it happens that we are just doing, we don't have any test, or but still we do it as a regular process. Sometimes it happens because we are so much caught up in this our life that we cannot be consciously using our intelligence. So Krishna is saying that because of this sammoham, sarva bhutani sammoham, all these things dilutes the living entity. Who? Sarva. All living entities are deluded by this thing. Yeah? And this dvandva mohena. So this dvandva mohena. Dvandva means two, the duality. Hmm. What is this duality? Good, bad, like, dislike, honor, dishonor. All this is duality, and because of this, we fall into illusion. But if we come across some devotees, right? Few devotees, if we see very senior devotees or sannyasis, we see that these devotees are beyond this dvandva, and they don't get affected by the situation around them, but because they are just absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna. Devotees are absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna, so it does not affect them. And we generally like to be with the people who are like this, who don't like or dislike. It's not so easy, but that is why what Krishna is telling, that Arjuna, this is the problem. The beginning, from the beginning of the birth, at the birth only, the living being has these impressions. So we have to come out of it. How we have to come out of it, that Krishna is going to tell in future verses and the future chapters. But in this chapter, as the title, Srila Prabhupada gives the title knowledge. So knowledge includes what Krishna is telling, that his powers he has told, those who surrender to him, those who don't surrender to him. And now he's telling why they don't surrender to him. So when we see the complete flow of this chapter, we can understand that, okay, Krishna is Supreme Lord. He is telling, nobody else has told this like this, right? That I am the smell of earth. So he's telling these truths to us, and he's also telling why we don't accept that. Now he will tell how we can overcome them. But today's main point of the verse was, few main points is Dvandva Mohena, duality and illusion. We are into illusion because of the duality. And Sarvabhuta, all are in delusion from the Sargeyanti, from the beginning. And Param Tapa is addressing Krishna, Arjuna in two words, Bharat and Parantapa. So Arjuna has killed his enemies outside, in many battles. So he's telling Arjuna that whatever dvandva, duality you have in your mind, remove that duality and establish yourself in the self or higher consciousness, and then the things will be very clear. So how this can be done, that Krishna will explain in the next verses that we'll see from tomorrow. We'll continue to see from tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Any comments? Any points? Thank you very much. One exercise we can do is, tomorrow we can observe what we do because we like it and what we try to avoid because we don't like it. Yeah, I think it will be interesting exercise for everyone. Just try to be conscious what we are doing. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.